Alright. We next offer is Helson Smith. No office page and the music is gone. There we go. Helson Smith. Okay. They wrote London Terminus. Well, we're back in the UK again. Back in the UK. Here we go. Euclid. Special containment procedures owing to the volume of traffic utilizing the... For a moment I thought I recognized like which station that is. The building of which SCP-2887 is part. The site cannot be closed in its entirety. Instead, containment is focused on controlling access to SCP-2887. The office unit, including the sole known access to SCP-2887, has been acquired by the Foundation on Permanent Lease with the assistance of the British government and functions as a center for operations not required access to SCP-2887. Access to SCP-2887 is restricted to those deemed necessary for its containment. A train within SCP-2887 taken during initial exploration, passengers observed with heavy bleeding from eyes. What? Jesus! Cool looking train. It's so wild to like. It's such a whiplash from me going from like, yeah, the people inside the trains were bleeding from the eyes, and I'm just looking over at my stream chat. And just like, cool looking train. I was like, yeah, I guess. Biosafety precautions consist with USBSL-4 are to be followed at all times when inside SCP-2887, including, but not limited to, an airtight double-door, redundant air filtration system, and use of full-body protective suits. The interior of SCP-2887 is to be monitored at all times by self-contained closed-circuit television cameras, closed-circuit television cameras. Monthly entries into SCP-2887 are to be made in order to recover data from and change to the batteries of the cameras as part of a general inspection, with spent batteries being recharged within SCP-2887 for future use. No equipment or other objects are to be brought out of SCP-2887. All surveillance data is to be transferred wirelessly to storage media within team members' protective suits. Otherwise, no entry to SCP-A is permitted without both direct authorization from both the head researcher and the ADC liaison liaison officer attached to the SCP object. Any person directly exposed to the interior of SCP-2887 must be subject to a quarantine period of at least 30 days. Passenger observe heavy bleeding from eye sockets. Damn, yeah. Damn is right. Right. Description: SCP-2887 is an underground chamber accessible through a door on the lower floor service corridor of Charing Cross. Oh, it's Charing Cross. Okay. Station located in London, UK. No other access points are believed to exist. SCP-2887 has the appearance of a generic British rail terminus circa 1970, with trains entering and exiting through tunnels at the chamber's far end. Exploration by remote drones has indicated that the tunnels are of indeterminate length. The volume occupied by SCP-2887 is inconsistent with the location of tunnels, utilities and basements in the surrounding areas. Lights, plug sockets and other electrical equipment within SCP-2887 are full functional. Platform display boards identify the destination via strings of numbers and letters believed to be hexadecimal codes and identify the service operators as AWB. This information is repeated by frequent loudspeaker announcements, apparently automated. Trains entering and exiting the station are consistent with various passenger models used in the British railway network from the early 1970s to the present day. A driver is always present within a train. Passengers are present in approximately 70% of incidents. I'm going to close the window, it's getting a little bit cold. When a train arrives on the station, the doors will not open and the train will depart about 10 minutes later. Well, with the exception of incident 1. Approximately 20 trains will arrive per hour. That's quite a lot. Any passengers observed with will display advanced symptoms of serious disease, including several classified as SP objects. As the passengers are inaccessible, only visual diagnosis can be made. However, symptoms consistent with African trypanosomiasis, MERS, smallpox, and SCP are most commonly observed. So they're all getting some high-level diseases inside these, near or inside these trains. Both passengers and drivers will not... I think it's inside the trains though. Both passengers and drivers will not acknowledge attempts of Foundation personnel to communicate, although drivers may occasionally wave to personnel present within SB-287 or each other. Such as banging on glass, shining lights, or by holding up a sign. Attempts to gain access to empty trains have been made. All have been unsuccessful, save for -8. See Incident 1. SCP-2887 was brought to Foundation attention in 1993 via Project Elysion, a long-term cooperation pact between the Foundation and GOY 0188, 1st Anomalous Defense Corps ADC, the British military dedicated anti-anomalous unit. Gotcha. Containment was established following the initial exploratory mission by Foundation containment team with an ADC liaison in attendance. Damn. Okay. The arms of Project Elysion, containment of SCP-2887 is the sole responsibility of the Foundation. However, following Incident 1, investigations are currently ongoing as to how ADC personnel became aware of the anomaly and of any possible relationships with the organization, identifying itself as Anomalies Without Borders. Incident 1. On 996, a weekly inspection noted a train with its doors open. The train was boarded by the team, who found it empty, with the exception of a typed note pinned to the driver's door. A transcription of which is available below. Upon discovery, the driver's compartment was empty. A review of surveillance footage showed no signs of any exits from the train. The inspection team was subsequently placed in quarantine to protect against any potential contamination. Quarantine was released after no signs of infection had occurred by 30 days after the incident. As a result of Incident 1, inspection have been changed to occur monthly instead of weekly. The train containing the note has been present on all subsequent inspection has been designated -A. It has been proposed that notes may be left within -A as a method of communication. Approval for such attempts is currently awaiting O5 Council approval, pending further information on GOY 0188's involvement in SCP-2887. And here we have -A at the time of discovery. Internal lights have since failed. Fucking tiny picture. Okay, sure. -1 document recovered. General, when we signed the agreement, you promised us you would not interfere with our activities. With regard to your recent activity within London Terminus, we remind you that AWB have fully autonomy to conduct operations within the leased space. As you are no doubt aware, your reality is unusually stable for its 0.78 scoring on the Brown milliband anomalous scale. Thus, use of your space allows our organization to provide relief to literally thousands of universes with a relatively low risk of monoversal destruction. Thanks to your generosity, we were able to aid 7 million individuals from over 50 realities in the last annum alone. We hope that with your continued support, we'll be able to continue our operations in the future. I will also remind you that your corporation thus far has granted you priority 3 status as per the contract. If you have any queries, please leave a reply in this unit and close the doors. Yours sincerely, Dr. Boys, Anomalies Without Borders. Yeah, you can ask me something, but I have a feeling I already know the answer. Or the question, rather. If you got $1 billion... No, I would not. I would not. Once again, $1 billion is useless to me if I get a deadly disease that kills me within the year. I will never accept money for something that will definitely end me within like a duration of time. From the future now on, that question shall never be asked again. If something says like, hey, you might die when doing this, I will. And he was like, if you get $1 billion, I'm like, no. Henry would, and he will keep the $1 billion for himself. That's for sure.